Hello, everyone.
Hello. How's everyone today?
It's definitely been a while. Well, why don't we start with you introducing yourself, and then we can go through
Yeah,
some
yeah,
things.
for sure. For those that don't know me, my name's Jacob. Um, I am 33. I live in Dubuque, Iowa. Been in the hobby for 3.5, going on 4 years. Uh, if you look at my handle, you can tell I'm a Porcella man. I specialize in live bears, basically. Um, I'm in college, and in between college and breeding, and I love learning about anything aquatic, anything. Me and Cece just kind of cross paths, and guess what? Here we are. You guys will see more of us for sure. Live in Des Moines. Heck yeah. What's up, Jeff? How you doing, Jeff? Can't wait to see you at the barbecue.
Let's see. We got a lot of people in right
Good,
now. We got. Let's
good.
see. We got JP. We got Lily. We got Elfish Tanks. We got Steady Nona. We got Jeff Kane. And I know I'm missing people, but hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful evening.
My little brother stopped by, Mr. Scotty D. Says, you know where I live. Goofball. Your mom's at college. Hope you're having a good night, Scott.
We got
Oh yeah,
let's
Lily's
see.
here. Lily. Hi, Lily.
Yeah, Lily's
Lily's making quesadillas.
he's
I,
dealing,
I told her I
son.
told her they're overnight one to me. Overnight shipping. Let's get that quesadilla.
Um, it's been a while since I've done one of these, that's for sure. Um, let's see. I think that the last one was about 6 months ago, probably a little bit longer since I've done regularly. The tank we're looking at right now got absolutely obliterated by um, cyanobacteria. Let's see if I can't move the camera a little bit. Maybe see a little bit more. Some of the angelfishes are over staring at me behind my computer screen.
They're just gonna
But
follow you to whatever side of the tank here. I don't know.
I think that it was about November or December when I first got absolutely hit with cyanobacteria in this tank. Um, I don't know if you've noticed, but if you were here late last year, you'll know uh, all of my double black angelfish are gone. They all passed away.
Oh,
Um, I do have uh, 3 marble angelfish and my 2 silvers. You'll see some rummy nose, and if we're lucky, my Acaro will make an appearance. He's gotten pretty big. I think he's about 3.5, 4 inches now.
Very beautiful car. I might add. I should just say it. Very beautiful. Have any of you seen Rummy Nose Tetras that red?
We also got this, that tetra type, whatever it is, in there.
Yeah, I really like that. At first, I thought it was a. I was gonna ask you. I was like, is that a status car? And I was like, okay, that looks like a Tetra.
Yeah, they're some sort of how do you say? There's some sort of bycatch tetra. It's not really like common in the hobby. It's an unidentified species. I'm just doing my best
Probably.
to keep them alive. I do think that I have a male and female, so it'll be interesting to try to breed them.
Mm. Have you ever bred Tetras before?
Yeah, not this type. I have done neons.
What so did you have like a certain method or because I have a little thing that I did. I wanna hear what you did when you bred your Tetras.
Honestly, I just pulled them out into one of those critter keepers and then dropped the pH down by doing water changes with pure distilled water.
Yeah, I did pretty much the same thing. I had some diamond tetras. It was the first fish I bred on accident, but after seeing after seeing the babies, I had to kind of go back and figure out what happened. And basically, tetras love rock piles. They love rock piles. I had a bunch of smooth river rock all the way along the front of the tank, the whole length, and it was coming up at an angle, like towards me, like it was coming out of the tank. And yeah, they just must have dropped eggs right in there because I I had pygmy cories at the time, or excuse me, albino cories at the time, and I collected a few eggs from them, and I set one of these little buckets up, and I took some of those rocks that were in that rock pile, and I put them in there, and thought I had baby cories, and they were not baby cories.
I almost successfully got my cooler loaches to breed. I got them
Really?
to the point where they would have eggs, and then none of the eggs ever became anything.
Have those been bred in captivity?
I'm sorry.
Have has that species of loach been bred in captivity? Some of them haven't. I know that.
No, cooler loaches typically um, are not bred in captivity.
Yo, you were close.
I was so close. I can get them to the
Oh,
point where they have eggs. I can get them to spawn. I just can't get the eggs viable, and I'm not 100% sure why.
hmm.
They
I
like,
wonder if there's a natural or like an animal or something that lives with them in their wild habitats that is could be a potential trigger, like a certain food or a neighboring fish. Or,
I was looking at like times that they breed in the wild, like when people go out and catch them and they're babies.
Mm-hmm.
From my research, I found out that fish farms use hormones to breed them, so it's not something that you can really do at home.
Hmm. That's interesting. You must have had a lot of hormones in the tank. They must have been in there going at it for a while.
I noticed that higher flow, so instead of keeping them at like a low, going up to like medium flow,
Mm-hmm.
and then doing heavy water changes in the fall. So when it's just starting to cool down, I could get them reliably to egg up.
That's actually really cool. That's the first time I've heard that of anyone doing that. So,
I got the giant cooliloches.
hmm,
So these are one of the only species of cooliloches that is actually clear water and not black water.
right.
And I was thinking about trying something similar and seeing if it would work better with the black water species. Mostly because I can really hone in on those perfect
Right.
parameters.
Yeah. It's easier to breed a fish if you know you have to lower the pH versus not knowing what to do at all.
I don't know, like my pH could be like just like a part of a degree too um, too high or too low or something, and I have no
Right.
idea.
Ty asked, do you put shrimp with those? In my experience, you do not put shrimp with loaches.
Yeah,
They,
yeah, I agree. You can put them with them. They will eat shrimplets,
right.
but honestly, everything eats shrimplets.
Yeah.
I
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I currently have my cooliloches with some cardinal tetras and two juvenile angelfish.
You have some really beautiful angelfish. I used to have yo-yo loaches. That's the only loach I've had. I had about seven of them, and when they, what I found was when they were in a, because at first I started with a couple, and as I was doing research and learning more about them, I learned that they actually have a really complex hierarchy. And wow, they were. I need to get. I will have them again one day. Um, they were very personable. It was. Have you ever had yo-yo loaches, CC?
Yo-yo loaches, no. I'm newer on the loach train.
Yeah. So the yo-yo loaches. One night I was sleeping, and I heard like a bunch of like taps on the glass. Like it sounded like the glass was cracking. Right. I get up in a panic, turn the light on, looking at the tank all crazy. They're fine. I look it up, and when they're happy, they click. Who knew? So after that, every time I'd feed them, they would. I loved it. It was so much. It was fun. If I ever got loaches again, I want to get the dwarf chain loaches, the Boscia loaches. Those look really cool because you know me, I love little tiny fish.
Welcome in, George RB3. It's nice to see you.
It's Georgie.
Yeah. I wanted hill streams pretty bad, but I'm doing all these projects now.
Yeah.
Um, for everybody, I got 2 Jack Dempseys, and I'm setting up a 90-gallon tank, starting at the end of this month, and it's going to be a very large project. There's a lot of things that I need to do. This is going to be my second ever sump system, and the first time I'm setting up the sump myself and not just buying it pre-made from somebody else. And I have to do all the plumbing. I'm probably going to have to reseal the whole tank. Um, it seems to be pretty well contained for a sump. Like, it has a sump cover and everything, so you don't see the pipes inside the tank.
Mm.
Um, right now, it's just getting everything moved into the house, thinking about trying to see if it even holds water,
Right.
and then setting up the sump, and then after everything's set up, I have to worry about um, hardscape. This is going to be one of my first rockscape only tanks.
Do you have any low boys?
Do I have any low boys? No.
Yeah, a low boys. Um, I bet you could. I bet you could get success in that if with loaches. Probably. I mean, that shallow with the water running over the rocks. I could see that being a potential trigger.
I kind of wanted to do a rock, like a rocky river scape in my 20 long, but it's currently like a heavily planted tank.
Hmm.
And I just feel like it's going to be so gross to rip out all that old aqua soil that's turned to mush. I don't know if I want to do that right
Just siphon it and put it in your house plants. They'll appreciate it.
now. I'm sure that the ponds outside would also absolutely enjoy that.
They would. I've been giving my brother. I've been giving my brother just gallons of fish tank water and a little malm in it, and I can't wait to see how. Because I know it's gonna affect. I know it's gonna boost his growth like crazy. But I want to see if he notices it. Um, I was using that. I have a potatoes growing outside, and maybe 2 weeks ago there's probably 2 or 3 leaves, maybe this tall, and so I used some fish tank water. Also, what I like to do is uh, with the duckweed and the other floating plants uh, when they suck up all those nutrients, they get stored in the leaves. So what I like to do is I like to just wait till it gets like really thick with duckweed, and I'll just take a handful of it, and then with that water, and I'll put it in the plant. And after like maybe a week, oh, there was a big shoot, maybe almost half a foot, and now there's another shoot that's probably about a foot. So it definitely works.
But
And I grow a Zola with my duckweed too, and Azolla has a symbiotic relationship with cyanobacteria, and it fixes nitrogen into the system. And in turn, that also makes your duckweed have more protein content. So if you have goldfish or any animals that you could take your duckweed, you can feed it to terrestrial isopods. You can feed it to, if you're on a farm, you can feed it to your animals. And if you grow some azolla with it, it'll have a higher protein content. They use it in rice farming.
It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
I had a big thing of Ozola, and it all died for absolutely no reason.
Hmm. Did you have water flow?
No, it was completely stagnant. It was in its quarantine phase, and it all just died off.
Well, there must have been something in it. Because it, I wonder, was it just the regular like the Zola caroliniana, I think?
Yeah, it was just the standard Ozola.
I love that stuff. I basically got like a big cup worth a cup of it from an eBay seller. Everyone else is selling them in 2-ounce portions for $20.
Yeah,
And because I mean, if anyone here grows plants, fast growing plants, or breeds fish that are very prolific, they'll understand. It's crazy to think that something that grows so fast, I don't know, 2 ounces of it, like, come on. Basically, I got a big cup of it for about $12, $13.
yeah. I got a whole bunch of it. A whole like. I know this is like a really bad comparison, but you know those containers that the betta fish are kept in at the big box stores.
Yeah, we have this
Um,
little, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I had a one of those sized containers. It was just a little bit bigger than that. Absolutely stuffed with it for like $15.
Yeah, it doesn't. You don't need. That's a good amount too. That's a good amount. It's beautiful too. My favorite's when it gets really big. I love plants that are geometrical in pattern and kind of resemble the tree of life or the flower of life. Those plants, I gravitate towards those. Like especially like Mirio. When you look straight down at it, like it does whirl, but it has uh, that geometric shape to it. It's
Yeah.
one of my favorite plants. What's your favorite plant, Cece? Your favorite aquatic plant?
My favorite aquarium plant,
Mm-hmm.
I think that has to be Amazon stores as a whole. I think there's just so much different variety.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I got a red Reuben. Been trying to get going. I realized that some of the crown was covered, so I pulled it out a little bit, and I know it'll probably shoot up pretty soon. Red Reuben. Have you ever had the red Reuben? They're really really nice.
I had red roots in my pond, and then I forgot to take them out over winter, and they died. They were doing so well. They had these long roots. They were like just about touching the substrate in the pond, and they were huge,
Every
almost like
time I
a
had red roots, they just get out competed by all the. My problem is I like to take every single plant I have and put it in the same spot in every tank. I don't know. I've been getting better with plant husbandry. I've been getting a lot better with it because after you start losing plants to being outcompeted, you go, why did I do that? And yeah, it especially sometimes with the availability of these things too. Sometimes they're really hard to get your hands on some of these plants. You really got to be careful with them. But if I had to pick a favorite plant, aquatic, I would have to pick Anubius's. I would have to say Anubius.
Anubis is great. I like that really big one. I think it's
Copperfolia
yeah.
or the Anubius or what is it? Anubius Giganta.
I've got the hostifolia.
The Hostifolia. Those are nice.
I like them both in the water and when they come out of the water. They have those very like arrowhead shaped leaves. I like them a lot.
There's another one that's
We
kind
got
of like that.
we got a question. I don't know if you can see them.
Yeah, Beto's asking, do we share interests, similar interests in the hobby? And very much so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Very much so. We're nerds. We're just a couple other fish nerds.
Yeah, I think that
Try out the recipe for the duckweed pancakes. Lily, stop it.
duckweed pancakes.
Well, if you take it and you just smash it together, yeah.
I wonder if you could make like duckweed flour. Like you could just grind it up into a powder.
Oh yeah,
I know
definitely.
I've tried. I make my own fish food.
Hmm.
I make poop crumbles. And I've tried to use duckweed in it, and it just never ever works out. It always reconstitutes and becomes duckweed again.
Even though it's like dried out, it still comes back to life.
Yeah, like even if I like grind it to the finest powder, it always becomes duckweed again.
That's why it's illegal everywhere. You know, that's amazing though. It can, one time I had so Eurasian milfoil is illegal out here, um, in the river, and I'm in Dubuque, Iowa, and the Mississippi River is on the edge of town, and so there are mats of hornwort everywhere. Hornwort and duckweed are completely native, and there is Eurasian milfoil mats all over the place. Um, I had no idea. I got it from a friend, and I didn't know it was the Eurasian milfoil. I just saw it and I was like, sweet. I've been wanting milfoil forever. Can't wait to take this home and grow it. A couple weeks later, it's like double the size. I'm looking through the DNR list. Yeah, illegal. Um, maybe not like fully illegal, but I don't want to accidentally give someone a fragment or a fragment, because basically what I did, I took the whole entire strand out, I composted it, and there must have been one tiny fragment because a couple weeks later it was a whole another plant, and I was sad I had to get rid of it, but I mean, I got to practice what I preach, so you know had to do it. So then I got some different milfoil. I had some red Muriel. I had some parrot's feather. Um, they probably parrot's feather especially would be better outside. Red Muriel would be better with CO2. Um, I don't really like to mess with all that. I like to see how far I can take it with the dirt, and I use my own compost and I'll mix it with aqua soil, and I'll, sand cap it, and then I'll even put another layer of aqua soil on the top, and then I'll take red clay, roll a bunch of red clay into little balls, and um, well, the tank was already set up, so I couldn't just stick them in, so I froze them. And after that, I just took them and stuck them throughout the tank, and that's why all the valves going so nuts. That iron. What's the DNR? The DNR is the Department of Natural Resources. The DNR is the people that go out and make sure you're not poaching the water systems. You know, you're not keeping fish that are too big. You know, they're probably parents. You know, those fish could be, they could be fish that take care of their young. Um, they're just overlooking the, you know, freshwater on the planet maybe accounts for about like 1% of the Earth's mass. One, one to maybe 5 to 10, probably 1 or 2% probably. And so many species rely on it, and it just drives me insane. Drives me insane what they do. But that's why I'm in college. I want to work for the DNR. Actually, I figure if no one's gonna pull the milfoil out of the river, I guess I'll do it. You know.
I was doing a little bit of research on Google about Eurasian milfoil, and I guess like even the tiniest fragment breaking off can transplant it somewhere else.
And that's exactly what happened. It had to, just like a little pin needle, almost like hornwort. Because hornwort does the same thing, but not as fast. Um, but yeah, it was a whole new plant, almost a foot long. I was like, okay, yeah. It was a good thing I composted this. You know, you know what happens? You accidentally give it to somebody without knowing it, and they grow it, and then they give it to their friends, and they give it to their friends, and they don't know what it is. So I just wanted to make sure that none of that was even going to be possible. I did cry on the inside. I did, because it was pretty. It is pretty plant. It is very, but
It
you
looks a
know,
lot like Alodia,
yeah,
which is not illegal.
right. There's actually both of the species of Elodia in the river. You can the cadensis is it's basically native, but I think it was introduced by Europeans long time ago. And most of the time, a lot of the plants, the way that they come is they you ever when you stick your hand in a let's say a bucket of duckweed and you pull it out and it's all in your arm. That's the same thing with the hulls of boats. When people are they're in one area and those plants dry onto the hull of their boat, and then they go somewhere else, and maybe they're traveling you know actually up or down the river, and they get something from one area and bring it to another. Or even if they take their boat out of the water and it gets hooked up to a trailer, but there's one little piece of dried plant matter on that boat, and you get into a waterway where none of that exists. But then all of a sudden it's choking all the native plants out.
Yeah.
Noxious weeds. Hi, Maven. What's up, Shirley? What are you editing a video? That sounds fun.
Oh, welcome in, Shirley.
Shirley's got some. She's got some Betamachiensis. She's trying to. I think she's trying to get rid of some. Can you plant? Yeah, Javon. Yeah, water sprite. You can plant water sprite. They call Indian lace fern as well, but it does have roots. I've planted it in the soil. It grows very different in shape, submerged in the soil versus floating. But I tell you what, you get that planted and get it going and start, taking little cuttings and let them float. Yeah. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. I That's another one that gets out competed on me all the time. I'm just not gonna buy it anymore. If someone wants to give me some, I'll take it. But I just have so many plants, and I really need to get. I saw that they have low boys even for smaller. That like I think it's like a 29-gallon low boy. That would be really cool just for like mosses and boosts and Anubias and all those extra things that are, you know, I don't really need them all in the same tank. I just need somewhere to put them, and then everything else will do a lot better because they consume a lot of potassium. And if you have a lot of different species of Anubias, make sure you got some potassium on deck because one of them will choke the rest out, if not two of them.
Potassium.
It does look a little bit like wisteria. Yeah. Wisteria is a great plant. It is a great plant for anything, for any practical use. If for raising fry, for you know, planting your whole tank out with it, you know, it grows like mad. It's fun. It grows very well floating. The roots will just flow. I used to have cherry barbs, and it was after I had the diamond tetras. I had some cherry barbs, so my water was still kind of in the softer parameter. And I had just got some wisteria, and I I put a huge, like, you could tell it was growing above ground, so I had to convert it, which was no big deal. But when I put that big old branch in there, uh, those cherry, I watched them spawn, and as the egg was dropping, a platy came and grabbed it. And I was just like, no.
That's what it looks
And
like.
platy, cocksucker.
This one's-
That's oh well though. I mean, if I really wanted to, I really could have focused on it, but I wasn't really too. I wasn't too into them, honestly. They were cool. I liked them. They, I don't know. I don't really know. It's just something about them. Yeah, I was at the stage. I think everyone might go through this in the beginning, where you get fish and you get new fish, and after you wanna move on to the next thing, and you need to find your niche, basically. So when I started, it was a lot of tetras, barbs. um not a big fan of barbs, I'll tell you that, but I appreciate them. If I had a species tank only, I would love to get those green, uh, the tiger barbs that are the more green ones. I had those, but in a community setting, they're terrorizers. Just like tetras. I mean, certain tetras. I had blood fins, Serpa tetras, probably two of the most nippy tetras you can probably get. But I think I've finally reached my, like I know what I want to keep. I know what I want to do in the future. So I'm not really out looking for fish or anything like that. I want some Cece's Gambusia. That's what I do want. Try to cross it with some other posilids. Seriously, that just looks like it looks really interesting. I had not known that until what was it like a couple weeks ago we were talking about it? I believe it was a couple. Was it a couple weeks ago, Cease? It was. I think it was the same time you were telling me that there's eastern mosquito fish. Did you hear me, Cece? She'll figure it out. She'll figure it out. You're good, Cece. You get it figured out. But so I basically moved on from Tetras. I did a lot of Tetras. I had a lot of them. Um, I, the Diamond Tetra had to have been my favorite though. Um, Diamond Tetras are endangered. If any of you guys got Diamond Tetras, get a rock wall going. Maybe put it at a slant. Um, and if you can, open your curtain. Open your curtain. Let that morning sun come in. If you're by an east facing window, that morning sun will come in and just wow, wow. I've never seen something more beautiful in my life.
It
When you
looks
when
like
you
I'm
see
able
them
to
in the
talk again without it speaking.
what's that?
I said it looks like I'm able to talk again without it speaking.
Yeah, no, I can hear you now. But
I tried to be slick and move to my phone, and it did not work.
that's funny. But I was talking about the diamond tetra. When I bred them, I think it helped trigger because what I did was I have this is an east facing window and I opened the blinds and that's how when you see them in the sun you go okay this is why they're called diamond tetras and oh surely you do breed them if you can. Um, the males they have a little bit longer dorsals and they got a little bit of a color hue to them, like a little bluish, a little more than the females. Females are obviously rounder, but they're not bigger. They're smaller than the males. Um, but when that sunlight hit those males, they were showing it off. They were showing it off. You you could tell. I saw them and I was like, okay, you guys do that. I'm gonna leave and go to work. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah. I am currently breeding those angelfish, actually.
Those angels in there.
Yeah, I don't kind of see one in the corner.
Yeah.
Um, they are obsessed with the intake tube. I've seen them cleaning it, and I think we're gonna have a batch of eggs soon. They're being very protective over it.
Do you have any pieces of slate?
No, I have not been able to find any like I ordered some of the ones that are specifically for like angelfish and discus, and they every single time they arrive broken.
Really? Wow. That would be annoying.
It is really annoying. I'm looking at like some people use like actual like natural stone tiles. Some people use dinner plates. Some people use like strips of um, fabric and plastic and stuff like that. And I love that for them. But I like looking at my tanks.
Absolutely. Same.
I mean, do
Same.
what you got to do. But this is a display tank I want to look at, not a breeding tank.
Yeah.
It's also going to be the second largest tank in my house. And this is in my living room.
What size is that?
The angelfish tank is my 75 gallon.
I can't wait till the day I have bigger room for big tanks in the future.
I don't know if I have room for big tanks. I just make room for big tanks.
That's funny.
I really like big fish. So
I really would like to get a bigger fish someday. The biggest fish I have is the Synodontis. They're about 4 inches. Um, they were calling them Lucipinus and then Petricola, but now they're saying that they're all Petricola. So I'm wondering if them bad boys are gonna get maybe 6 inches. I hope not. The size they are right now is just like perfect. It's like 4.5 inches. They're not too big. It's amazing how well they do with all the fish. There's Corys and Endlers in there, and they all hang out. Um, every time around when the sun's setting and the lights are starting to dim on my lights, that's when they like to come out. They do come out even though they're nocturnal. They do come out during the day. Uh, they just don't spend a lot of time out. They're either settling a dispute with each other, or you're feeding, or um, they're just coming out to look at you. You know, they can see my shadow, especially when I sit right here. So I have lights over here, so the shadow casts right onto the tank. So a lot of the time they just come out and check me out and make sure everything's good, and then they just go back in there, and it's crazy. They do fine with all the fish. They kind of when they rest, they just kind of have just kind of go in little circles. They all hang out underneath. I got a couple big huge pieces of driftwood with some lava, not lava rock, excuse me, dragon stone, and then I have some calcium carbonate rocks, uh, and then I have some magnesium rocks, and a bunch of stacks of driftwood, and it's just a big pit with crevices for them to all. They just all find their little zones, and if they're not in their little zones, they're all underneath the big piece of driftwood, just really slowly swimming in circles, resting. And at night, when the sun sets and the lights start to dim, they they really like to swim around the flow output of the filter flow, the sponges. They they go up and go around it, and then the heater, how the heater, it's got like the suction cup in the middle. uh it's funny, two of them will do the Pisces around that, just perfectly in sync. It's my favorite. If you look at my chat, I have so many reels of that. Cones. What are you guys talking about? Beto, Shirley, or Cece? Cones?
the big things that people use to for mostly discus.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, my whole thing is I don't really. Like when I bred my Madakas, I didn't use a mop or nothing. I just used a big water hyacinth and hornwort. They're still laying eggs.
I'm not allowed to have water hyacinth. It's illegal here.
Yeah. You're not missing out on much. It's basically a big floating radish.
Okay.
Have you seen it in person?
No. Well, yeah, but like not up close. Like,
Like out of the water?
no. They grow in one of our ditches.
Mm,
And again, nobody is going to go take them out, but they are illegal.
right. What's the
But
DNR doing? It's like these guys aren't getting fun. Either they're not getting funding or they don't care. I don't know. I don't
from
know.
my understanding, if I were to get a permit, I could go and grab out the invasive plants here, like the water hyacinth, from
Hmm.
things like the ditches, and then sell them
Hmm.
to states where they're legal in.
Yeah. I believe here they have a in Iowa they have a whole. You can get licenses to harvest like raw, whatever. Let me see real quick what that is. I haven't even really thought about it till now. Oh, rice egg masses, ripe egg masses. That's even worse. I will not be doing that. Uh, but yeah, people. But you can get licenses here to go and collect the eggs and do that with the eggs, as long as they're not salmon. You know, if there's like you can't import certain fish. Uh, every state has their own rules and guidelines and plants that are okay and not okay. Um, a lot of the time, I used to get really confused because a lot of them will say that that plant is illegal, but really it's not illegal for you to keep. It's illegal for you to propagate it and give it to other people. So, like best case scenario, if you end up with a invasive plant in your tank, just compost it because you could potentially start a problem for someone else. Really, and
You
who
know,
wants to
the
do that?
Philippines sent hobby fish to the States.
I'm
What?
sorry.
Beto asked if I knew if the
Uh,
Philippines sent hobby fish.
hmm.
Don't know. I think you would have to ask somebody in the Philippines.
Let me get the Philippines on speed dial for better.
We
Let's
love
see.
our international fish family.
All right, better. The Philippines is a major seafood producer and exporter, so we might get a lot of fish food, like actual like frozen fish. Um, let's see what they say about. A lot of it is mostly fish products and byproducts. So let me see about live fish.
Yeah, oh,
Oh, I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get those little gobies. Uh, Beto, you're gonna have to find. Look, yeah, you're laughing. You're gonna have to find somebody in the Philippines, bud. There's a really really tiny goby that I don't know. It's In the Philippines, it's really small. They collect them in mass and just eat them, basically. And just like anything else, they're becoming, you know, in, you know, threatened, which is unfortunate. Like, are they really that good? Just a bunch of like raw fish, bunch of little tiny ones. I don't know. To each their own, I guess. Different country, different customs, different culture. So I don't judge, but I personally, I can't. I don't know if I would get down with that. And I've eaten a lot of fish in my day. I used to catch fish and eat and clean them and eat them. I was I kind of had to. I was really broke and homeless. And that's how I ate for a little while, and it really sucked because it I didn't get into this hobby until about 3.5, 4 years ago. So a lot of the knowledge that I know now, I didn't know anything about literally anything about aquarium fish keeping until 3.5, 4 years ago after I quit drinking. And uh, the way my mind was playing it out was I felt like I was playing God, just going like to go like catch and release. To me, for a while, that felt like playing God. I felt like if I accidentally killed a fish, I thought that its body was just going to rot on the edge of the water. Little did I know that there are countless organisms that will consume that. I didn't know that, back then. Last summer was the first time I've been fishing since probably like 19 years old. And I caught a real big, beautiful male bluegill that was in breeding dress. And bluegills make really big nests. And I can never look at them the same now because if I ever catch a big bluegill that's a male, it's going right back because the males they're almost the North American version of the cichlid. Really, they're cold water fish that are just like cichlids. They make nests. They take care of the eggs. They fan them. They raise the babies. They protect them and everything. And so every time and especially these people out here poaching the river, it's a shame. It's a shame. So every time I catch a bluegill, it goes right back, obviously. But um, I do plan on going fishing soon, like collecting, like for real. Like I was showing Cece all my nets earlier. I'm like, dude, I could fit so much gambusia in this thing. If any of you haven't heard of iNaturalist and you want to go and see if there's any, if you have local waterways and you want to see if there's any fish that have been caught in your area, download iNaturalist. Check that app out.
Or even if you go travel to a new area, like a fish convention or visiting family or friends, you can go let fish from around there.
Your voice is kind of
Well,
garbled, CT. Your
we're
voice is kind of
about
garbled up a little. Okay, there you
we're
go.
about to get a storm, so that might not be helping.
Mm, that's probably what it is.
I can see the lightning from the window.
Yeah. Well,
Is it a
yeah.
bit
It,
entertaining?
it was kind of nice that it was raining out here on the 3rd because people were still lighting off fireworks, but it wasn't nearly as obnoxious. But I tell you what, it's they're gonna light them off for the next 3 4 weeks,
Oh,
especially out here. They continue to sell the fireworks until the tents are sold out. Like, come on, man. Like, there's a time and place. 4th of July. Okay, we have lots of veterans living in this city. I feel bad for them. And the animals, dogs, cats. They're really sensitive about it. But yeah, Beto. Well, that's good, Beto. The fireworks are going off right now for you because you're in Chicago. They're not fireworks. They're firearms, brother. They got the blickies out. The blickies. The pew pews. Hey, Javon. Javon, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I got a lot of spots out here. A lot of spots. We don't even have. We will go to the river, uh, but not where other people go to the river. I have. I showed you the spot the other day, but that and um, there's even a lot of little rivers and ponds and little waterways inland. Uh, I was a big. I was a huge tourist fishing place, and so yeah. So hopefully, I really want to catch some Mississippi silvery minnows is what I want to catch. And hopefully there's minnows in the dang river. You're okay, Cece. You're fine. But all these bait dealers and people poaching the river for bait, and it's a big problem out here. It really is. You go down to the river and the DNR will drive by, but they don't. That's what I think. It's up to the person. It's up to the person. I think really, if you're gonna wear that badge, I mean, come on, check on people. Make sure they're not poaching. Make sure they got their limits. Make sure they're only fishing their limits. Make sure you know you got two people fishing, and one person said, "Oh, they're both my poles." Whatever, you know. And it isn't impossible at all. It's I don't know what it is. Uh, Probably a lot of it is laziness. Probably a lot of laziness. Uh, People, and also if not even fish, other animals, people poaching other animals, big animals with rifles, they probably don't want to go get shot. You don't know. You don't know what people will do. Human beings are the most unpredictable thing on this planet. The most manipulative, smart, unpredictable thing on this planet. You got to be careful. I mean, some of these, honestly, some of these DEA guys, they might be doing the poaching. They're just they might think they're above the law because they have that badge. That's why I want a job in the DNR. Because not today. Now when Mr. Jake Golly's in the river. Do that rock. That crazy eye going, they'll be gone. They'll be gone. Get that forehead vein going, they'll be gone. The poachers don't want to run into me.
Am I back? Am I still crunkly?
I can hear you.
Okay, great.
What do you have
All
to say
right.
about poaching?
So I think
What up,
that
Big
as a
Steve?
concept, people in general don't give a crap about things being poached.
Thank you. Thank
Because if
you.
this was like a regular social issue and more people were talking about it, more people were upset about it, then the laws would change and it would get changed.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
And I have the privilege of knowing people who are out there risking their lives in other countries, like in Southeast Asia and Africa, totally two separate things, but risking their lives to prevent poaching. And whenever they talk about it, people kind of plug their ears and go, blah, 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 I don't want to hear about it. And I've noticed time and time again with a bunch of different situations that have happened that people in general do not care. And what's more than that, what more than just not caring is that they make a joke out of it.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, ha
And
ha ha ha. Yeah, that's real funny when your kids are going to be dying from thirst. But okay, you know,
we've got some major problems. And then
we do.
like I think that a lot of us here have the privilege that we have been able to um, encompass such great communities or be a part of such great communities that we're not really focused on what is happening
Yeah, absolutely.
outside of our communities.
Right. And then the first thing is to start is literally take action in your community. I think that's why me and Cece really we hit it off because we talk about this a lot. Um, and Big Steve, like you just said, who's making the laws? Right before you were here, I was saying that same thing that it could be the guys that are working the DNR. They just think they're above the law. You know, they could all be doing that. You know, that's why I'm going to school and trying to get a job for the DNR
Yeah.
because I don't care what happens. I will do anything in my power if I ever see any of that stuff, dude. I don't care. I don't care. Oh, my kids are gonna go hungry. I'm gonna lose my job, dude. Go flip burgers or something. You should have thought about that before you poached all these fish and
That's the
wiped
thing.
out this whole habitat.
And it's
You
not
know?
like coaching is a huge aspect of things, but what makes these fish threaten to begin with? Habitat loss. Humans encroaching on every single square inch of the earth.
Yeah.
And people love to say it's just a this country problem or a that country problem
It's
or
the
a
whole
this
thing.
specific area problem. Poaching, population growth, not respecting nature in general is a worldwide problem.
Yeah. And what what I really don't understand is why are they going out and putting stuff in the water to collect fish and then it's no longer usable. Like, what are you doing? Like, for real, what are you doing?
I
For
like
some
how
re-
we start talking about this and the angelfish get super interested in the camera.
Yeah, hey, that's what. Hey,
They're
they can
showing.
see it. They can see our aura. I think.
They were definitely showing off.
Yeah,
But
but yeah, like Big Steve said, literally, it's bag limits, populations. Do people have their licenses? You know, why do you have 3 poles in the water? You have 2 pole limit on your license. You have a friend with you, and both those are both your real. Like, no, they're not. No, they're not. You know, nobody speaks up. No one says anything. Um, I'll tell you guys a funny story. I tried to get a job at the Mississippi River Valley Aquarium here in Dubuque. I told them about, just I told them, pretty much everything I have experience with and the stuff I've learned over the years, and they don't want you teaching. They there's something going on up above. There's something going on. There's something going on because yeah, it would be great if you would come down for an interview to be an educator for $10 an hour. Excuse me? $10 an hour?
I mean, some
Like, that's crazy. I was like, I said, you know what? I already do enough things that come straight out of my pocket for conservation. You don't even cover my wage at my job. I'm not gonna. And this is who you want teaching the kids in the community? No one's taking that unless you're desperate. Come on. I mean, like that's that's what it is. No one, and the problem could be they don't have funding. About every single person I ask if they donate to conservation at all, no, none. Do I? Absolutely. And I know Cece does. How much do you really care about the problem? If you want, you need to be the change you want to see in the world. You have to lead by example. You need to speak up. Knowledge is power. People can't preserve what they don't know, as Ivan McColge says.
in a world with internet access,
Exactly. Yeah, it's all right there. It's all right at the fingertips.
you have all the information that you need.
You have and probably the money. But so we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Hopefully I can get in there. I eventually want to be the head of the aquaculture department as I get older. But really, I want to work the field. I want to work for the department. For the aquaculture department.
Yeah.
I want to breed native fish. I want to grow propagate native plants. You know, if you give me the car and tell me to go look for some poachers, yeah, I, let's go. Let's go. Because really, honestly, if I'm gonna die, I better die. I'm gonna die doing what I want. What I want. I'm gonna be dying doing what I want to do, trying to help the planet. And if that, and it's dangerous. You don't know what people are gonna do.
You never know what people are going to do.
But I mean, you know, that's part of it. It's part of it. There's literally, and they're burning the Amazon down to mine gold.
Yep.
The cartels. They're murdering uncontacted tribes. They're murdering uncontacted tribes. Thanks, Lily, for stopping by. It's really nice to see you in here today. I got some more edits to do tomorrow, so.
It's nice to see you, Lily. Thanks for stopping by the stream. 100%, it's dangerous. 100%. 100%. Like, even in a perfect world, it would be dangerous. Like, in a perfect situation, it's dangerous.
Yeah. That's you got to risk it for the biscuit.
And it's like, I don't know, like, there's plenty of people who want to join the military. They're going to risk their lives. Why can't we have more people who are willing to do it for the sake of?
And then that's exactly the problem. No one cares. It's horrible. Either people don't care, or they're just uneducated on the subject, or don't even know about it.
I 100% understand that the world is filled with doom and gloom. And there are so many things that people have to worry about in the world. And not just like what's going on in the world, but like in their own personal lives. Like, I can't blame a person, for example, who is worrying about what they're going to eat for dinner to be worried about animals or nature. But every single person in this world, no matter how much money you have or what you are doing, can do something.
And you all have a voice, every one of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we have things like Twitter and Facebook and everything else. You can say whatever you want. You can.
What a far-fetched idea, right?
Support things without money.
Right. Exactly. Man. I tell you what, next time I'm at the river, if I see some milfoil, I'll go grab it. As long as it's not in the middle of the river, there's a strong current in the river. But 100%, 100%. Do you care about the issue or not? It's sad, but a lot of people. I'd rather just. It's like when people watch politics. I'd rather just not know. I'd rather just not know. All right. I guess that's it for you. I don't know. I just don't I mean, I understand it, but I just think it's human beings through history have a big tendency to follow other human beings because when there's someone making decisions for everybody else, they don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
That's where this comes from. Everyone turns a blind eye. The DNR takes care of that. How do you know? Have you? Do you? How do you know? Have you talked to them? Have you called them? Have you emailed them? I was talking to the aquaculture head here because I didn't know hornwort was native here, and I saw it in a pond in one of the ponds here. So I emailed it, and I was like, "Yo, there's hornwort and duckweed out here. I don't know, I didn't." And then she told me they were native, and I said, "Okay, good, good, that's good." But the thing is that even though I didn't know, you know what I mean? Like even if, like, oh, that's an aquarium plant. Like that was the first thought. Let me make sure it's not. You know, and you know how appreciative they were for that. Even that one little strand of hornwort that wasn't invasive. Just the fact that someone cared.
Hey, welcome in, Sonny.
What up, Sonny?
Cece, do you dose your tanks with fertilizer? Some of them. Most of the time, no. Uh, I don't. Okay, well, we'll talk about fertilizer. If you have a lot of plants and you do a lot of water changes and you have a lot of sensitive fish, use fertilizer. If you have plants that eat up a lot of nutrients, use fertilizer. If you don't, just look at your tank parameters. You want your nitrates at about 40 constantly. They can dip down when you do a water change and go back up. But you want them pretty constantly between 20 and 40. Your plants will grow just fine without anything. Um,
And if you're worried and you don't have that many plants, maybe 10.
yeah,
You know,
um, 10 to 20 is
this
good.
is a good rule of thumb. Yeah.
If you have like a giant planted tank, like if you have as many plants as you can see here in my 75, just keep it at like 30, 40. When you do a water change, 50% water change brings it down to about 20. Just make sure that you're um, checking those parameters at least once a week, keeping it within the range that you need it to be. Um, and let's see, like, you notice that some of your plants are getting cold. Then you can dose fertilizer. Just before you dose fertilizer, before you go out and spend all this money, make sure you need it.
Absolutely. You can run a big lush tank with just the fish poo. You really can. You just yeah, like Cece said, that's how you know what you have to do. My problem is that I don't fertilize enough, and I've been trying to get better with it. And the last couple weeks, since I've you know basically I brought it to my own attention. Basically, I'm really busy with school and work, and like a lot of the time it's just I don't even really think about that stuff. Like before I was in school, I would sit in front of these tanks for each hours for hours. And I just can't spend the time I want to on them right now. And but even with that being said, they are doing good. They're all lush with plants, flushed with plants. And that was even before I started using, like a couple weeks ago. All the plants are doing good, but they're not doing what they should be doing, right? And so, you know, got the fertilizer going, and in 2 weeks, you can notice a big change. every time you make a change to your aquarium, you want to try to change only one thing at a time and wait a week, and that way you can see what happens. You know, watch your tanks. Watch your tanks. Pay attention to them. I like to look at them at night with a flashlight. I like to shine the. I like to look for parasites at nights every once in a while.
I was thinking about getting those red and blue flashlights people use for night fishing to check on my tanks. I think that would be fun.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need those red ones. Those would be nice. I try to just use dim. Like I have some that they got like a couple buttons. I'll just go on the dimmest one, kind of like cover it a little bit. Look at one little piece at a time.
Oh, yeah. I do
Have you ever
like
seen a fish go upside down by a flashlight? It's not fun. It's not fun. Don't shine your fish with flashlights. Don't do it.
not regular ones though.
Highly not recommended.
What I do is I play with my fish, especially my more intelligent fishes, and my extremely unintelligent fishes with cat lasers.
Mm-hmm. I
They'll
do that with
chase
these
them around.
endlers and guppies. It's hilarious.
Yeah. The the less intelligent the fish, the more easy it is to get them to chase it around the tank.
It's funny.
Um,
They chase it more than my cat does.
they're like, that is food and I want it. And they'll chase it.
Right.
It's really funny. I've noticed, speaking about things going like loop-de-loop and acting strange, I've noticed that in my Jack Dempsey quarantine, I have the two Jack Dempseys. They are
Yeah, Daphne will love a light show signing for sure. Your fish don't.
um, they're in a small tank. It's like a quarantine, right? Still like making sure they're all right. They're teeny tiny. So like most people think Jack Dempsey, they think that these are babies. One of them is just about an inch, and the other one is just about 2 inches. And they're in this 29 gallon, and I put a lot of different like little caves and some plastic plants and whatnot, and they'll swim around the tank. And when they get to like a corner or like a place that's closer to the front of the tank, they'll go upside down and then swim through that tight space and then turn right back up, like right side up again. And I think it is
Just like
honest.
a catfish. Yeah, that would scare me at the first time I would see it.
I thought that there was something wrong. I thought it was like stuck. You couldn't get out. No. And then it just kept doing it. And I'm like, okay.
That's what my Cenodonis do. Like, Javon. What? So, Cece, what would you refer for fertilizer? I want to hear what you like to do. What you like to use for ferts.
Like brands or
Yeah. Do you like liquid? Do you like dry ferts? What do you like to do?
liquid fertilizer is the easiest to use. Um, Powdered fertilizers, I'm gonna be honest. Unless you have either a lot of time, or B, a degree in either chemistry or horticulture, I would not do powders. It is extremely complicated, and messing up means
The
your fish
smallest, the
have
smallest
to
bit,
die.
the
Now,
smallest bit.
is it impossible? No, but for somebody who works, or somebody that is going to school, somebody who is young, somebody that might be older,
Right.
just people that don't have the time or the extent of the knowledge, I don't recommend them. They are great. You are going to get the best fertilizer if you use powder, but it is not realistic for most people.
Right. So
That's
what?
what people can do what they
What?
want.
Yeah, yeah, like, absolutely.
I
Do you?
do like it.
Is there a certain liquid fertilizer that you like more than others, or?
Okay. Let's see if I can.
I can hear my cat meowing outside of the door, and it's picking up in the mic.
All right. There's this brand called Green Leaf Aquariums, and they have the best fertilizers on the market. The absolute best. I'm 100% not sponsored. I wish. If they want to sponsor me, please reach out. I'll take that in a heartbeat.
Right. Let me get a CO2 regulator too while you're at it.
These fertilizers, they're all-in-one fertilizers. They have a copper one and a copper-free one. You get a big jug of it for about $30. And I'm telling you, you will never go back to any other company whatsoever. They're so easy to use. They give great results. They have all of the macros that you want in your fertilizer. And they've been doing this for a long time. And
I'm
they
on the
started up
website right
before.
now, and they even have the micro and the macro bottle
Mhm.
set, $60, and they're pretty big. Like, that's gonna last you for a while.
Yeah. And I mean, like, you can get a big old jug of it for $80. Um,
Mm,
and that'll last you, depending on how many times you fertilize your tank. Uh, it could last you a year, depending on how
yeah.
many tanks you have, how big your tanks are. It could last you more than that. But yeah, 100% the best liquid fertilizer I have ever used. Nothing has ever came close to that.
So you
In
didn't have
terms,
to like supplement potassium or iron or anything like that.
no, nope,
Nice.
they're all in one fertilizer. Like, and I mean, even with some pretty, um, how do you say, picky or hard to grow plants, um, GLA, all the way. Um, again, GLA, if you're watching, please sponsor me.
Yeah.
100% not sponsored. I absolutely love them.
So why do you think people would use? Oh, okay, certain thing. Okay, copper free for probably for certain uh, organisms.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. So, your blackwater fishes, um, a lot of softwater fishes, your shrimps, and other inverts. We just, depending on how much you're dosing, like if you are growing, for example, like an aquascape contest grade um,
Right.
tank, um, you are going to be fertilizing way more than once a week.
For sure.
And if you have shrimps in there, that copper is going to build up quick, and you won't have shrimps in there anymore.
Yep.
So, generally, if you're dosing normally, like if you dose, like, for example, on a regular basis, you water change once a week, and then you put in your fertilizer afterwards. um, you're not really going to have to worry that much about copper. Um, if you Copper is also great for plants. Your plants really need some copper. Um, but check your fish foods; they have copper.
Yep.
Um, check your aqua soils; they have copper.
You only need like a minute amount too, correct?
Yeah, it's all small.
Yeah.
But again, if you have sensitive species or you have inverts, you need to make sure that you are doing what you need to do, and that is um, making sure that copper isn't killing your animals. And I guess if you are worried about it, get the copper food. That's what I'll say. But general, if you accidentally get it and you dose it a few times, you're probably not going to kill anything. If you're just using it regularly.
Hmm. I'm looking at this fertilizer and I'm probably gonna get it.
It's good.
I want to try it now.
I posted the link for anybody that wants to see it. You can check out all their products. Good company. Never had any issues when bottles
Sponsor us.
were. Um, well, I've had a bottle explode in the mail and they sent me 2 free ones. Like, good company.
Nice. A lot of good reviews as well.
Yeah. I think they're pretty well loved. I did. I'm not gonna lie. I did gatekeep this for a long time. They're that good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want everybody buying it up. Now they have more stock of their liquid fertilizers. Everybody can have some. They just came out with the liquid fertilizers a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
They also have root tabs and they have the powders still. Powders are great if that's something that you want to. Um,
Yeah, if you want to buy just macros or just micros, they got that. They got substrate fertilizers. They got all the CO2 stuff you'd want. You know, this is my first time on this website, and I'm
Also, I
thoroughly
highly
impressed.
recommend getting their dosing bottle, even if you're not mixing your own. It's one of those. You squeeze it in, it fills up to that certain amount, and you can just pour it in. Um,
Hmm.
so even if you're not using their powders, I highly recommend picking one up. They're like $8, but it's just easy. You pour it in. Keep your decanted um, aquarium fertilizer in a cool, dark place. You can put it in a bag. Like, we all get those reusable shopping bags for like 50 cents when we get a heavy item at the grocery store. Perfect place to store your your aquarium fertilizer that you've taken out of its main. Um,
So, what do you think about how some fertilizers they want you to keep it in the fridge, and some they don't? What do you think about that?
so I think that, as always, you should follow
Whatever. Yeah.
the what they are saying, right? But if you live in a hot place like I do,
It'd
um,
almost be better to maybe just do it anyway.
just put it in the fridge.
Because it's gonna get to the heating point where all that stuff gets, it gets killed off.
Hmm. I know. I mean, like, there is this certain company, and I bought their fertilizer, and it is so hot here that it degraded within 3 months during the summer.
Wow.
And
No
it
good.
was it got crusty and it stunk. Um, so please, if you live in a hot climate or you live in a humid climate, do put your stuff in the fridge or get a cooler. Put an ice pack in your cooler or something. Do something. It's gross. You don't want to. You don't want to deal with that.
You could even you could even bag it up, put it in a box, put it in your closet.
Yeah,
It'll stay cooler like that too. Or maybe even in a styrofoam cooler in the closet.
yeah. I know. All over the world right now, we've been having really bad heat waves. I know,
Yeah.
like Canada.
People are dying out in some parts of the world right now.
Hold on one second.
Okay. Man, I'm looking at this fertilizer. This fertilizer looks nice. I want to try it. The problem is that I have a whole gallon of fertilizer from somewhere else already. But you never know with this kind of stuff. This stuff could. A lot of these products and companies in this hobby, they can up and be gone overnight. And that would be horrible, but it happens. They have a they have a subscriber list. I just did that. I want to see what they email me. Maybe they'll give me a discount code. We'll see. The dechlorinator from Co-op. I never had their dechlorinator. I have used their obviously Easy Green and Easy Potassium, but just they got to sell you one and then sell you the other. They can't just put it together. But oh well, oh well. I'm not really. I don't know. I've only bought a couple things from Co-op. So, has anyone gotten any new fish lately at all? Let's hear it. Anyone got any fish you're obsessed with right now? Let's hear it. I'm obsessed with my Pseudomogil RO2s, the Gertrude RO2s. They're stunning. They're so beautiful. They're my. I looked at the Gertrude. I looked at the RO4. The Fricatas, the Luminatas. They're all beautiful. But the RO2, I don't know. There's something about that one. To me, there's something about that one. They're slender. They have more of like a white trailers on their fins. When they flash, they actually flash those fins yellow. The other day, I did a water change and put some more floating plants in there, and one of the males, instead of flashing yellow, he flashed like a bright orange, and the side and his body went blue. It was Ken's Fish is another awesome place to get anything. Anything.
So I just posted link to sodium thiosulfate,
Mm-hmm.
which is dechlorinator crystals. You would take about, what is it? Is it a cup or a tablespoon or something? Obtain a clean 1 gallon jug. Dissolve the 500 grams of sodium thiosulfate in a large pitcher of lukewarm water. Stir until all crystals are dissolved. Then transfer the solution with a funnel to the gallon jug. Top off the jug to make a full gallon of solution.
So
Add
is this
2
kind of
jugs of
like
the
what the safe
solution
is?
for 1 gallon of water to be treated. 1 gallon can treat 37,000 plus gallons or more.
Is this kind of
Overdosage
like
is virtually impossible.
is this kind of like similar to like Seacom Safer, you know?
Yeah, but 10 pounds is $36.
Wow.
It is the best thing that I have
Well, so
ever.
how would you go about say you were to explain, or how much did you say it was for each gallon?
For 10 gallons, it's $36. I'm sorry, for 10 pounds.
So when you let's see, when you use it, let's see, 2 drops per gallon,
So,
and that
so to be, okay. So 500 grams is about a pound. So per pound, you get it for $4. That's $4 a gallon of dechlorinator that you use just like Prime.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes yeah, okay. So you just put each pound or each pound is just goes in a gallon, and you just use a couple drops of that per
As
gallon.
soon as soon as you mix it, you can use it exactly like you would Prime.
Yeah, I just put a little tiny bit. And it's fine. Sometimes I used to do this. I don't really do it much anymore, but I used to fill up, jugs of water and just leave them sit for, overnight or, maybe a couple days. You can get rid of the chlorine that way too if you're in a bind for money.
I am in a wonderful place where we don't have chloramine. We
Really.
just have free chlorine. So I can fill up a bucket and let it sit overnight, and it would be dechlorinated. But sodium thiosulfate also takes care of chloramine.
Of what?
It Sodium thiosulfate also takes care of chloramine.
Oh, okay.
That's not an issue. I mean, it's not an issue for me, but it's also not an
Right.
issue for people who
Right.
suffer with the affliction that is chloramine.
So I asked everybody if they got any new fish lately. So Javon just got a betta. He just keeps getting free fish from random people on the streets. So he's having fun. He's having a good time. Beto, he wants some Harlequin raspberries. You want to hear a funny story, Beto? One time, I tried to get some Harlequin raspberries. This was the beginning of the hobby for me, really. I was still going to Petco. You know, I think everyone goes through that phase, unless they have someone that is, unless they have someone really teaching them. You know, I didn't have anybody pointing me in any which way direction whatsoever. It just seems like there's not that many people out here in the hobby. But so I tried to get some Harlequin raspberries, and they bagged them up. By the time we got to the counter, all dead, all of them. They were fine in the tank. They were swimming in the tank. They were fine. They were completely fine. Whoever bred those fish, that is some bad genetics. Some bad genetics. For real. Just to have a fish get that stressed and to get that stressed out and die from the tank to the counter. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Like, it was crazy. I was dumbfounded. I kind of looked at him like, "Is everything okay, bro?" Like, what the? Like, yo, what's up with that? Yeah. He was trying to push the bag back and forth, push the water through their gills. I don't think it's working, Doc. I don't think it's working, man. Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. I don't want Harlequin reservoirs now. I mean, maybe. You know what? I want the purple ones. But after I saw that, I don't know. You know how it is. Sometimes you have an experience with something, or you see a certain animal do something, or it just kind of sticks with you. They're going crazy with the fireworks over at Cece's because she's in Texas, where all the gun toting, swinging, gun slanging cowboys are at. The cowboys. They got a big old like this. You got any fireworks? That's what I imagine. I mean, that's really a joke. When people out here do that, these country boys out here are like that. Javon, a 45-gallon wood trim. Get a dolly. Right, I want to go. He's on the north side of Chicago, Cece. I don't know if you want to live there. I don't know if you want to live there, but it's funny. Every time I go on Marketplace here, I've never seen a free tank on Marketplace here in this city. Someone literally messaged me from the Tri-State Swaps Discord page. They messaged me a bunch of tanks and some wood and driftwood. And, do you need any of this? No, I don't. I said, sorry, sir. I'm broke and in college. But how are those FX2s? Are those nice? I'm curious. How are those? He goes, yeah, they work pretty good. $150. I said, read above sentence. Fucking clown. A hand truck. I have never heard that one before. Must be a Texas thing. Must be a Texas thing. A hand T-rut. A hand T-rut. I gotta get some chew just to put in for when I imitate country guys, That's a hand T-rut. That's a hand T-rut. I can never look at a dolly again and not think about that. Thank you, Cece. It's a hand truck. Did he say it's a hand truck or a hand T-rut? T-rut. If it has handles, it's a hand truck. If it doesn't, it's a dolly. Oh my gosh. Big difference. That's crazy. I was gonna, but yeah, Javon, get you can also do for that tank. If I know you're strong enough to lift it off the ground. Get you one of those They make like little carts for like 5-gallon buckets for like carpenters and painters and stuff. Put the you know put one edge on that thing and push it. You know, might work maybe. You know what? Why don't you go pick up Beto and have him help you? How about you know what? You guys are like so close to each other, but like Beto doesn't want to drive to the north side. It's funny. But for any of those that have never been to Chicago, it's justifiable. And I'm glad that they're worried about it. They're being safe. There's crazy people everywhere, but Chicago, man, I've been going. I have family in Chicago. I've been going to Chicago since I was 2 years old. My family lived in Englewood. Englewood, down by Beto. Actually, worse than Beto's neighborhood. There's some. You see some things down there. You do. You, third floor. Come on, man. You're a big old strong strapping man. Come on, man. Yeah. Get that. Get that iron. Get that. Maybe get up, stretch, get that blood flowing. You know what I'm saying? Then you can be Superman in no time. Come on. If there's a will, there's a way. How bad do you want that tank? How bad? How bad? I carried a. So there was one point in time where I almost got a 110-gallon tank. I Stupidest story. I don't even want to talk about it. But I had the tank in my apartment for maybe like 20 minutes. But I tell you what, I carried a 110-gallon tank into my apartment. You can do you can do the 45, man. Don't lift with your back. You got to do it like squats. You know, you get some rope, tie that thing up, lunge it over your back, pull it up. I mean, have a good night, Joy. Thanks for stopping by, brother. But I've never been to St. Louis. St. Louis, never. Let's see. I've been to. Really haven't been many places. I lived in Minnesota for a little bit. Chicago. I've been in and out of Chicago, Arizona, a couple times. About it. Wisconsin. I haven't had the luxury of being able to travel. So, but it's what it is. Oh, it's a weird shape. You struggle with the 40. Oh man, bro. Look, Cece. Look, Cece brought in a 75 by herself, and you can't. Come on now. Come on. See, Cece knows. There's a will. There's a way. You'll figure it out. Depends how bad you want it. Yeah, right. You won't do that again. Next time you see a really nice tank like that, if you had none, if you had no extra tanks, you would do it again because you did it one time. Yeah, I got $5 on Cece versus Javon. That's what I'm gonna start saying. I'm gonna start telling Cece to handle my light work. Be like, oh, Bettel's talking in the chat. Cece, will you come handle my light work, please? Before I get angry. Just kidding. Yeah, it probably does have thick glass. Man. Well, that sucks. You don't have anyone to help you lift that. Wah, wah, wah.
That's why someone would need the help, and the guy says he's not helping. Yeah, because he
Yeah,
said, "I'm not again."
he's giving it to you for free.
Like, nah, I'm good. You take it.
Right.
I
That's
realized, like, after, because I'm paying somebody to bring in the 90 gallon. Like, whenever I move, I'm gonna have to spend thousands of dollars getting people to move these tanks.
You know what would be cheaper? It'd be cheaper to get me a plane ticket than to hire a mover.
Yeah, you come down to Houston and move all my tanks. Get a group of it. I'm sure it would be cheaper to fly in three different people from three different
Yeah.
places.
I know, I'm just messing. I said just me. I'm strong.
Okay, you can take care of the 75. That takes 70.
I
I
got
see
it.
it's like
I got it.
it's like
How much?
150.
How much does a 70? Let's see. How much? What brand is it?
I don't know. It's an older
Let's
thick
see.
glass 75.
All
I
right,
would say
so
it was around 150 to 175 pounds.
you're right on it. Yep. 165, and I'm gonna add 10 for the old glass. I can lift that. I can put that on my back. I'm dead serious.
And that thing was
I'm dead serious. I used when I was 15, I was picking people up over my shoulders that were 200 pounds. I did a lot of weightlifting in school, in high school. I'm not like I don't know how to. I can't bench press a lot, but I got some strong legs like no other. Like I could what was it? Not deadlift, but the leg press. I was 15. I was pushing 3, 4, 500 on that thing.
welcome in the koi pit. Nice to see you.
And then my calves were like this. Like I also was in basketball, so that does kind of make sense. My calves were really good at that point from all the running and cardio, and then in high school I started doing drugs and stuff, and goodbye basketball. You regret that stuff too when you grow up. You really do. You're like, man, all the all the things that I could have possibly done. Crazy. But you live and learn.
Have y'all seen the koi pits videos? He recently did a video on butterfly koi that I liked.
I like those. I'm not a big gold. I don't really like goldfish, but if I would get one of those. I like how they look like catfish almost. Like
I
I
like
like the
I like butterfly koi. They're pretty.
those
They
are
look
pretty.
nice in ponds.
Javon, you're still a beast, dude. Look, when you tell yourself you're a beast, but you got old, you lost because you're telling yourself that.
It's
You gotta manifest it into existence, brother.
yeah, mind over
I'm
matter.
still a beast. I could lift 245-gallon tanks with my pinkies. That's what I want to hear you say. Didn't I? I just told you this message like 2 weeks ago. I said the same thing. Stop downplaying yourself, man. Come on, you gotta give yourself that self love. I do understand where you're coming from, though. I'm starting to get to the point where I'm not even that old. I'm 33, but I just found out I have some degenerative discs in my spine, and you don't know what you got till it's gone. Take care of your body. Don't do drugs like I did. Drugs, fights, ruin your back easily, man.
It was a good video.
What's that?
The purpose said, glad to hear you like the video. It was a good video. I liked it.
I'm gonna have to
Came
check
across
it. Uh, Javon, or yeah, drop the link in the Discord so I can watch it.
You should be mod. You should be able to go to the channel.
Huh?
You're a mod.
Oh, I didn't know that they were right here. My
Yeah.
bad. I didn't even see
Yeah,
them.
they said hi.
All right, I got you. You got to subscribe back though, or else I'm taking it back. He don't care. He's got 5 point some thousand. He's like, it don't matter, dude. Who are you? That's what he's saying. I did just watch that video. Actually, I did see that video.
Yeah, it was pushed pretty well.
Yeah, I did see that. The one that were talking about banning the coys.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Like,
I know that, like, in competitions, people don't like butterfly point.
because they're more beautiful than all of the other goldfish.
I guess it's jealousy.
Yeah.
Those guys talking about, I'm about to be 40, going through a midlife crisis. No way. You got like 10 years. You're good. You're good. Don't worry about it.
I may be wrong. Do men go through midlives earlier than women in menopause? Because I felt like I was going when I quit drinking. It felt like a midlife crisis.
I think, well, okay.
It took me 3 months to figure out what to do with my life.
That 50 mark is heavy for
Yeah,
everyone.
I can only imagine.
And like it's that like you are officially crossing the line into actually being old.
Right, and then 5 years after that, you get senior discounts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You get to you at 55 you get to go live in those senior places. You know.
If you're rich.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're SOL.
In Florida, they're cheap. You can go and live in those 55 plus communities for like $300 a month. Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Big discounts.
I'm getting some gray hair dye. I'm getting some makeup. I'm going to look all wrinkly.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a walker. I'm going to put a pillow in the back of my shirt. So it's like, I'll walk around like, hey.
Yeah. The big ones, like you could do like $500-$600 a month and live in the nicest trailers. I mean, it is Florida. It is a trailer park. You know?
It's insane out here. So my building is, so it's still $500 a month, and the only reason is because our landlord is he's an okay landlord. He doesn't always do what we need him to do. So obviously the rent doesn't go up, which part of me is thankful for, and part of me also is like, this sucks, but it could be so much worse. A lot of these apartments out here are like $1,000 a month. I know a guy. Actually, I work with a guy who got kicked out of his apartment so they could renovate it and fill it with like people that were on housing. And nothing against, if you need housing, you need housing. That's fine. But to kick somebody out that was paying their rent on time, all the time, that lived there for like 6 years, and they said, you got a month. Sorry. That was one of the craziest things I ever heard. Like, it's bad. They're they're renovating all these spaces out here, turning them into Airbnbs. So where are we supposed to live?
Mm-hmm. We love some Airbnbs because there's more travelers than people that are living in those places, obviously.
Well, they think. Tourism is so for Iowa. As far as tourism goes, Dubuque is one of the places that you would come to. However, people that have visited Dubuque like to make fun of traveling to Dubuque. It the thing is, there is a lot to do here. There really is. It it's just when you're a tourist, you don't know a lot. You only know what you're gonna get told to go see. And this whole town this town banks off of casinos and alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
We got the seventh highest excise tax rate for alcohol in the country. I can't go to the grocery store. There's an alcohol section in the grocery store, but I can't even walk through the grocery store without it being through the whole length of the grocery store.
Yep.
When I first quit drinking, it used to drive me absolutely crazy. Now it's fine, but like like and you know what's funny? The AA, the place where they hold the AA meetings is under a bar. So you can go to AA and then go get drunk right after, right?
Yeah.
There's some issues out here. It's a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place.
Oh, hey, Mel came in. Hi, Mel.
Hello, Melanie. Melanie. That's what me and Battle's been calling her Melanie. He's got me doing it. Melanie. But I'm still looking at the Koi Pits page. Some interesting content here, and I don't know much about goldfish too, so I'm gonna be watching some of this stuff. Ooh, what's this? Is that like a real life walking rubber ducky or something? Oh yeah, it is this. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. I like that. That's fun. Okay. Okay, you've won me. You got a sense of humor. I dig it. I dig it. That was fun. Let's see what else they got going on. How to pick a show koi. Okay. How to pick koi for competition. Interesting. Deformities in goldfish and koi. Okay. Another. One of my uncles, he loved goldfish, but I don't have the room. I would love a koi pond one day with some, some monster fish, some koi. If you had to pick one monster fish, what would you get?
A monster fish.
Like a big, huge fish.
Alligator gar.
Okay. I think I would get, and I don't like plecos, but those big blue-eyed plecos, those huge ones, those are sick looking. Those look awesome. They do. Or maybe a Raphael catfish, or or a red tail. Ooh, a pacu would be pretty cool. I had a friend that used to have a pacu. That thing was crazy. A a vegetarian piranha. And let's see, Javon, are you thinking about? I know you were talking about it, but I think you'd make some good videos, man.
That annoyed, huh?
A datnoid? I don't know. I don't like datnoids. In the future, man, the future's never promised, Javon. You feel? Those shorts are good though. The ones that he's got, they're good. Javon, me and Javon are gonna go to the barbecue together, and I am so excited. I can't wait. He's probably gonna come out here a day earlier, and we're gonna go fishing. I'm gonna show him some secret spots on the river, and then some little like estuaries and all that. And then they're actually bringing fish to the barbecue that you can reserve and pick up, but depending on if I'm trying to catch some gambusia and some kind of any minnows or shiners, but what I really want is some silvery Mississippi silvery minnows, and I've seen banded killifish be caught out here on a naturalist, so maybe they're around. That would be really cool. Or um, they also have the little mad tom catfish here. They got darters, shiners, the central mud minnow. You guys ever heard of a central mud minnow? Bottom dwelling minnow? Are really cool. They're cool. You're gonna get a mermaid, Sonny? Like what's her name?
Ariel?
Ariel. He's gonna get Ariel and put it in a fish tank, dude. That's wild.
You'd need
put
one big fish tank for a mermaid. You know, like
yeah.
a Olympic-sized swimming pool.
And then you get home and you think you got a mermaid, but it's a merman. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You're gonna go put it in the local waterway?
You have to put the mermaid back where it came from if you don't want it.
I mean, I think it's possible. I don't know. Anything's possible. I'm not gonna sit here and entertain the idea that mermaids are real, but I'm a firm believer that anything's possible. Javon, you already got the fishing bag out. Hey, man, we're ready, dude. We're ready. We're ready. I got the net. I got some nets. Bring your nets. I'm gonna load you up with so many fish, dude. You're gonna love it. I sold some isopods, some terrestrial isopods to someone I know. They've
Oh my god,
never.
I'm a mermaid man. I'd have to get a barnacle.
Javon, I got mermaid weed. I'll bring you some. When you come, when I got you. You know I got you. Got you on the mermaid weed. That's a good one, Sonny. You know the video. If you go to Sonny's page and look at, he's got a short about if you use when you're breeding Medaka rice fish, but he says it like the whistles, like the guy from Family Guy, like the old man Herbert, like your Medaka rice fish at the end of each one. I don't know how he talks like that, but one of the funniest videos. I watched that video like 20 times in a row, Sonny. I was dying, dude. Sonny's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Sonny's a funny guy. Sonny, you ought to come in the come hang out with us in the Discord server, dude. I feel like I'm the only funny one, man. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't know. I'm just messing around. But anybody wants to, I did start a Discord. I have a link on it on my page. If anyone wants, it's just a place. It's not a Discord server about me. It's just a place to hang out. And everyone can talk, ask questions, drop videos, drop songs. We hang out in the voice lounge all night long. It's fun. You don't have to do that, but if you want to stop by and drop a joke every once in a while. You know what the dumbest joke? The dumbest joke I know that I think is funny. What did the accountant say to the other accountant? We're both accountants.
Is this the fish bowl?
No, it's a Discord server that I made. It's on my channel. But we're all in there. Javon, me, Cece, Beto, Mel, Shirley. Yeah. We've actually got a couple new people. It's looking promising. I hope it's a place people will want to just come and hang out. You know, it doesn't have to be serious all the time. It's a place to hang.
Mm-hmm.
What I noticed a lot of, people want to goof off in the live streams, and and the guys that are doing the streams are getting upset because they're that's their time. So I figured, well, everybody wants a place to mess around. Okay. I called it the Jacob G's Kick a Corner. Go do your worst over there if you want. I don't care. I mean, Sonny, it's not that bad after you get, it's really not bad. It's meant for video game streaming, and that is not at all what I do with it. but
I've
it's fun.
dabbled a little with Discord, not a whole lot. Discord is fun if you stay in the right places.
Kick It Corner is a good place for you, Sonny. I welcome you with open arms. No judgment. Oh yeah, that's also no racist, judgment-free zone. Bunch of people start arguing, you're gone. That's it. It's a chill place. It's a hangout place for everyone to relax and not always be serious. But Javon, post whatever you want, man. For real. Post whatever you want in there, dude. I do.
I just posted a link, that link for the for your Discord. It only lasts 6
Nice.
hours.
Nice. Uh, I don't like how they make the links only a certain. Well, I guess it's good for certain like this things like this. But when I put it on my channel, I did it like the unlimited link.
Yeah, you can do it. I like that you can put it down.
That
It's
what?
like that Fish for Thought. His Discord server is typically Patreon member only, but like once a month he'll put his out for free, so everybody can join like giveaways and stuff. You never get kicked.
Interesting. Hmm. But you just popped in there. Well, let's see. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the Kick It Corner. Oh, Kick It Corner. I'll be on there later. I'll be on there later. I like to go in the I like to go in the voice channel and share the screen. Sometimes we do little like watch parties. I'll uh I'll pull stuff up on YouTube. And just you remember like because there used to be this thing called the Facebook watch parties, and they used to be so much fun. Like you couldn't actually like see each other or talk to each other, but you could like type to each other and watch stuff at the same time, and it was the blast. So I wanted to like, but you know, you can only like even if I paid, I couldn't even play a movie that I paid for on there. It wouldn't let me. But YouTube is fine, especially anything under Creative Commons. But I like to watch a lot of documentaries. A couple weeks ago, I showed Beto and Javon the old documentary from like the 70s, like the original documentary with Jane Goodall and the chimpanzees, and because it's a really good documentary, and they had never seen it, and I'm like, you guys would really like this, because you know we're all, at the end of the day we all like animals, you know. You like to you like this. I do post songs. All right, I'm gonna step it up a notch. Then I'm gonna post a song right now for you. I got you. I got you. I got a song in mind for you right now, Javon. But yeah, there's another channel in there that I created. It's the music drop. You know, share a song you like. You know, let's listen to it. You know, it's a good time. I mean, there's not a lot of people, but there's enough of us that are like-minded that we have a lot of fun in there, and it's not even, it's not like overwhelming in any means yet at all. All right, Jovan, I got you. I got you. You ready? Watch for it in the music drop. You ready? You ready? You're welcome.
Me too. Me too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I knew you were gonna like that documentary, bro. It was good. It was good. Jane Goodall, she's not with us no more, but she is a pioneer. And if it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't understand where a lot of the human mannerisms that we do come from. You know, we wouldn't know that chimpanzees use tools. We wouldn't know that chimpanzees hunt in formations, planned planned hunt. They use, as well as tools. They practice agriculture. These animals are smarter than you think. That's for sure. Yeah. Uh, I really like those rummy. Those rummy notes are nice. That was one of the, I really was I was going to get those, but I ended up getting bloodfin tetras instead. If I ever go back to tetras though, my favorite tetra was the ember tetra. I love the ember tetras. You can have like 20 of them in a small space. And just I had like probably 11 of them at one time, 8 to 11 at all times. I miss them. But I moved on from Tetris. I'm a live bear freak. Javon, my family looks at me the same way.
My family looks at me and goes, Do you really need another fish tank? Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
What do you? No. Oh yeah. I think I was gonna say I sold some terrestrial isopods to a guy. No. Um, he's not really like a friend. We're just, I used to work with him. Uh, but as I'm getting isopods for him, I showed him the tank out in the living room. Grabbed some isopods from out there. We come in my room and he just looks around and he's just like this crazy look on his face and he's like, dude. And I'm like, yeah, dude. You need any fish? He said, my friend's mom might want. Hey, I got him.
Cece, how many tanks do you have? Oh boy. Let's see. I've got with a 5-gallon, the shrimp jar, 4 10-gallons, 2 29s, a 75, and I'm getting a 90.
So what's that, about 10, 11, 12 or something like that?
And then I have
Oh,
3 fish tubs, and I have multiple outdoor ponds.
let's go. Yes. I like it. I love it.
So, how many is that?
I love that for you. I love that for you. For me, if you count 5 gallon buckets as tanks, I mean they're all set up like my tanks and they all have fish in them. I probably have
If it has
11.
fish in it, it's a tank.
I got probably 11 or 12 or 13 or something like that. I don't know.
What was that? 229.
2 of them are African dwarf frogs. African dwarf frogs are really cool. The first time I bred them,
Oh, I forgot my 21.
oh yeah, and now the tanks you forgot. There you go. See, you're set, dude. You're
I
set.
got like 5 gallons.
I do think when you set up that sump though, that acrylic won't be a problem. I think it would be fine. I think it would be fine.
5 gallons.
I am obsessed with 5.5 gallon tanks. After I set up that rack, I'm gonna put 4 of them the long way, stacked next to each other, because you can see straight through them the long way. Any baby frogs? Nah. Um. I think I'm. I. I'm gonna try and trigger. I really don't try to trigger them or like make them breed. I like to, The thing is, out here, it's hard to get rid of stuff. It's anything like that, especially an aquatic frog out here. I can't. I can barely get rid of my. I mean, I got maybe 6 or 7, 8 different households with my fish in them. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know. I think people look at me and I don't have a store name associated to me that for some reason that means that I don't know, not reputable or something. I don't know. I don't know what. Because people are in Petco and PetSmart all the time. I don't get it. With all them sick fish they're getting, I bought this from Petco. Can you help me? Yeah, I could have helped you when I offered to give you fish for free.
Have you tried, Mel? Have you tried doing a blackout? There's like hobbyist um, information out there that says that guppies are more likely to give birth when it's dark. So that might be worth a try.
100 babies, she'd probably be dead if there was 100 babies in her. I say more in the 30 to 50 range. I have a 30-gallon drum outside, but there's no fish in it. It's basically an aquatic garbage disposal that I put. Actually, I do grow. I grow some azolla and stuff in there, and um, that's where I like to take the duckweed and put them in my plants. Is from that bin. If you feed it, so here's something I was wondering about too. I think I heard this somewhere, but correct me if I'm wrong. If you have a fish that's having the problem that her fish is having, what if isn't there if they eat some live food, it might push all that out, like give them some, I don't know, some kind of fiber or something, or like some kind of oils or liquids or something that might help with it. Maybe she's, I don't know, bloated with. You never know. There's so many variables. Yeah, definitely try it. If it's a 5 gallon by yourself, just put a towel over it for a couple days. I mean, periodically just peek in there, but could do the trick because I've never watched any of these fish give birth. So yeah, they're definitely having babies at night. Just do it, just just do it for a couple days, but like just watch. Like every how many hours, just peek up, look in there.
Yeah,
If
it's
she
hard.
if she has them, then But if you do that for multiple days and nothing happens, if it was my situation and I had that happen, and I would probably call the fish so that they're not suffering at all.
I mean, there is a potential that there is nothing wrong with her at all. She might be obese.
That's very well true.
So if she's surviving, she cannot be egg bound. Well, live bound.
Well, here's the thing, Mel. Is her body squared out or is it just round? Like, does her stomach does it look squared on the sides and the bottom, like squared out, or is it still just really round? Okay, she's pregnant. Yeah.
Could also be both.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that the salt would help maybe shift some fluids throughout the body if it was something like that with the
You can also try
osmoregulation.
increasing the fiber of the food, blacking out.
Spirulina, spirulina.
Spirulina. Uh,
Feed that mama some
microphonus.
spirulina.
Microphonus, I could too.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. I That's what I thought that because that's what I used to do. If I noticed that the fish were wonky, I would just do a big old blast of like either just whatever critters I had at the moment, and it adds liquid to their digestive tract as well as fiber. Feed her some spirulina. See, now I'm listening to I watch Aquafunk, and I always say that now. Feed her some spirulina, and then cover it. Check in like 5 hours. See what happens. Right, it has krill and spirulina together, but if you target just the spirulina, it's going to be straight up fiber. It could be too much protein, and the spirulina is not really doing anything. I mean, it's gonna keep her healthy or whatever. But, oh, don't people also use peas?
Peas are like last stitch effort. Like, I wouldn't use peas unless you literally had no other choice.
And
It's
make sure
not.
it's soft too, like soft.
You have to. They're a pain in the ass to empty shell. Because you can only feed fish the insides, not the shell, not like the
Mm-hmm.
skin. You have to peel off the skin of the pea.
Chlorella algae pellets, that'll be fine.
But also, in general, peas are not good for fish.
Right. That's why I didn't want to mention it. But I have heard that.
I mean, like, don't get me wrong, you can feed your fish a pea and it's not going to die. But, like,
It
there's
could be
so
a
much better that
blockage
you can
if
do.
this right if the shell of the pea is too hard yet or something. It could cause blockages.
Yeah. I mean, if you pop it open and you give your fish, like, a little piece from the middle, nothing is going to happen to your fish. It's
Right.
just that there's better things you can do. You know, I try to keep things open ended because, like, I know there are people out there that have absolutely nothing else.
Right.
There's kids in this hobby. Their parents don't want to go out and buy them 16 different frozen foods and 47 different medications. Like, a bee's not going to kill your fish. It's gonna be fine.
Absolutely. Tell you what, Mel. Manifest it into existence. That guppy's gonna give birth tonight.
Yep.
I say so.
Like,
I say so. I say so. Push, guppy. Push. Ah. That guppy's a fighter, baby. That guppy's a fighter.
I'm starting to get real tired. So I
Yeah.
say, like, we'll call it quits in about 5 minutes.
Is there anybody have any questions? Any questions? Now's the time. Literally anything. Literally.
Well, oof. All right.
Oh yeah, we should. So me and Cece are gonna be doing this probably every. I don't know how long, Cece. How long do you want it? How often do you want it?
Personally, I want to stream every week.
All right. So we're gonna be switching from channel to channel. So just for a heads up. But streaming buddies.
Well, streaming buddies. Look at I got my Discord server.
Yes, drop yours too.
I have
Because anyone in here that likes cichlids, she's got a really, really nice server for that. Did you look at those Astronautus Makolji?
I did. I think.
What do you think of them? They're beautiful, I think.
Um,
It's like a big Oscar that was never described until recently by Ivan Makolji.
so I just posted my YouTube server. So this is updates on when I stream. You get notifications through Discord, and you don't have to worry about YouTube's notification system. You can talk to people on there. There's a few people on there already. And then this is if it would let me send it. There you go. This is my cichlid server. It's all things cichlid. If you are interested in cichlids or you have cichlids and you want to talk to other people who understand the trials and tribulations of cichlids, please join my cichlid server.
And I'm not even a cichlid guy, but I enjoy looking at you guys talking there. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I still like to learn about anything.
Cichlid server is a good place. Got some good people. Uh,
So yeah, join the servers. Don't be shy. No questions. No questions. Going once. Going twice. 2 2/4. 2 3, 2.5. Okay, I don't think everyone's got any questions.
yeah, I don't think so.
So
But
so yeah, next week, I think I have a topic that I want to talk about, and it'll be interesting. And hope you guys come.
um, my lovely co-host, their channel is linked in the description. Please go follow them. We appreciate him very much for joining us here today. So show some love over there. And we'll catch you next week. Bye.